Today we have with us Leanne Campbell. She is a local yoga teacher and Osho meditation guide who is helping to build the bridge of conscious awareness in our community. Leanne, welcome to our
And here we go. The practice is on. The race is on. So, I tried doing this a couple seconds ago and got interrupted by a phone call, so I'll come back to recentering. Recentering with the gifts of my Zen master Osho. So in this morning's listening, art of listening, I have felt something of the inner world in my own life and connecting that to the teachings with the master. And so my insights are the connectivity of the teachings from his book or audio recorded moments, Music in the Pines. And that's chapter 1. So in there, Osho is describing the art of Zen, what Zen means. He always comes across with the beauty of poetry, storytelling, in order to lead the way for the consciousness to understand the art of Zen. And there's a huge comparison which I want to take in my own world of walking with the master and sharing the greatest insights of my own personal journey with yoga and why I went that path. I went towards that path with Osho, knowing that I am a woman and the feminine energies and the tendencies of reaching those fine qualities, those feminine fine qualities and blissful states of the divine goddess, God, within me. And this is a very significant and important step in developing my practices or sharing my life personal story and being an authentic participant of the divine dharmas, the sacredness of it all. And so we learn a lot about integration and the psychology. After many generations, Osho talked about the male and female hemispheres, the right and left hemispheres, the reality of our world and how alone those right and left hemispheres of the brain affect the way we think and the way that we look. And so meditation is a huge thing. It's a huge thing to develop. It's a huge thing to develop in Zen, to know how to come through an art of the mind. And so he explains that the shifting in the mind and how Zen can help shift consciousness or shift the mind into different places for a rebirth, for a new. Now a lot of these new words of communication come from me because I've been walking the path for a very long time. Short time, long time, doesn't matter with me, with Osho. But in reverence to an authentic relationship with Osho, I've learned that I am his disciple. I've learned to trust the importance of our relationship, the importance of developing that sacred connection. And that's been developed over the years. It's definitely been something why I chose to take sannyas and to take a new name and to know that there was something pulling me, calling me, and to listen to it. Now, is it the final destination of masters? Of course it is. After everything I've learned, no longer do I see anywhere else to go. And that's a huge success along the path of life. And there's been confirmations in many avenues of other masters that have been there for me, other lovers that have been there for me, reflecting the same path and same vision, and timing. And likewise, the last chapter that I went through in As the Flower Showered, timing is a huge thing with the universe, and timing has a place where we can enter into the abode of a beautiful moment of light, of Buddhahood, of eternal blissful consciousness, or the depths of the darkness of the nothingness in bad timing. And so depending on the individual, Osho has explained also there in those chapters that, I've grown through this path, and I've learned that Zen is a great method for me, not only for me, but as other Buddhas or awakened ones have reflected encouragement along my path of life. It is to jump over the mind, and that's really what it is. But the sacredness of the feminine energy protects. It protects how we walk. And if we walk in such a way slowly with the divine, rather than the dark side of ourselves, we have a surprising amount of abundance and light that can meet us if we're patient. And so it's a beautiful art to learn, the art of Zen. It's a huge part of my path right now. It's a part that I've learned through relationships, makes great successful relationships. I challenge both ends at times just because of the spontaneity of knowing and the trust with love, and likewise it's so interconnected and so personal for each individual. What good and bad means, and what love means, and what the universe means, and you develop that over time. So coming back to the teachings with Music of the Pines and the male and female energies, there's a lot of talk about yoga and Zen, and these are two very huge things that have been pulling me on my journey. And knowing when I came through going into these Buddha temples, and the smell or the innocence or the lotus-like behavior and the beauty and the smiles that were upon the innocence of these people, they definitely pulled me towards that path. How I was treated, how I was taken care of, and the etiquette, the dharma, the quietness, the lack of fighting, the lack of screaming, and then knowing yoga for years, and the amount of super consciousness or light or Krishna or all these wonderful tools that came on my path. But what they both proved for me significantly, Osho talks about in this first chapter of Music on the Pines. He talks about the beauty of the feminine energy of Zen and that path and what that means, and the journey with nothingness, the journey with moment to moment, and grace, a lot of grace, feminine energy, a lot of feminine energy. And he goes further and further into the depths of the hemispheres of the brain, and how over mankind, the different symptoms of what's happened to humans over the generations, and connecting to that place in you, connecting to what that means, and at the end of the day, being a man in this world is definitely a huge energy of being right-handed. It uses a lot of the male energy in the brain and mathematics, and likewise, and then being feminine and using the art. So because of the world's position, I definitely hungered that feminine energy. I definitely hungered religious places or sacred things or mysterious things to uplift me into my imagination, to be creative. And these are huge things that Osho explains between the masculine energies of the reality of Patanjali's theories with yoga and Zen and the Zen-like. So I am so happy at this point too, because of my love and my passion and my reverence to all arts and my love for yoga over the years, that my own personal creation with yoga was something I disciplined myself so much with, because it was to be authentic, to learn and to develop and to utilize a tool to know the mind and mastering the mind. Yet it wasn't until I came to Zen that I really understood yoga. That I really understood the male natures of it, because it was just like everything else I was doing, using my right hand to write and to learn in this world and to run and to be determined and to be successful and to be strong. And then the feminine aspects of why I was leaning towards Buddhism or coming towards Shri Krishna or those other wonderful mysteries of the world was what was behind their teachings. It's very feminine. It's dancing, it's singing, it's art, it's playfulness, and knowing that our brain needs both of those worlds. It needs two sides of that world to balance and to feel confident in mastering yourself and being a part of mastering throughout this journey. So that's what humans are doing, face to face. We're all about, what did you learn today, and what was your insight, and oh wow, that's really interesting. Or it's totally silent when you go into a room of meditation and you just know. And people know what silence is, so they're just... But still it comes down to being human. It comes down to being human. So that's why I'm here. To reflect these great teachings and to offer my contribution once again to it, where Yog Mira is a development of many years of me doing meditation. The hidden secrets over the years of what I learned about those masters was Buddhahood. And there were so many of these masters that were taking Patanjali's teachings into a Buddhahood through witnessing, through watching, through no mind. And so that's really what's been happening, is that my wave or my connection with yoga, it had a masculine feeling, because I really wanted something really strong. I felt like there was something I needed to master, and that was my male energy. Like I really felt that. Like when I started doing the soft yoga, I was like, yeah, it's good, but something's missing. It's because both male and female energies in the body want to be integrated. And so I learned that over the years with yoga. But now that we know the hidden secrets of integration and how to know the right and left hemispheres and the qualities, those are great things that Osho talks about, and I offer those to the people that listen. Read that chapter 1 of Music in the Pines. If you need it, you can contact me. Read it and understand, and everything that Osho has done with coming towards that feminine aspect. It really... It's not about not integrating male and female. It's about knowing how much closer the feminine, gentle qualities is to something beyond male and female, which is the source and your soul, and how to feel that godly place in you. So it's really important to come to grace and to rise in grace, and Jesus Christ has done that beautiful work. Krishna has done that beautiful work, and all these very, very unique, fully enlightened, godly gods of our whole history of humans have proven this. And this is the path that I'm walking. Changing my names, changing my fame into nothingness, and coming back to using tools to communicate and to love and to cherish and to be total. So, as I ramble on, because communication is definitely needed, Yog Mira, the creation that I have, has aspects of where yoga has come into my life with male and female strengths for the body. For the spirit, we take the witnessing aspects of the Buddhahood and witnessing what we're doing, watching what we're doing, watching the breath, mastering the breath with the male energies, witnessing it as the feminine energies, And then finally, the Zen approach with no mind. This is how I can connect the best that I can from masculinity into femininity. And this is the gift that I offer to existence and to my own personal life. Purpose is self-discovery, is the insight of love. My love and my passion for yoga is the feminine quality. Knowing that there's still a feminine quality that exists in there, if people are going to be working with yoga, is how to bring them to their feminine qualities with yoga. And that's what Yog Mira is all about. It's a feminine quality of yoga. It's using the tools of masculinity to come back to the feminine qualities. And integrating no mind through meditation and motion, using the science and mathematics and keys of my Zen master's music and movement. How to stop the mind, how to realign the mind with a Zen approach. So the focus on Yog Mira is Zen. As paradoxical it sounds, I just think it's so profound, and it's what totality poured out of me today. So I'm excited with Yog Mira of bringing all of these practices of movement, centering, moving energy, using all these tools of Osho's meditations with yoga to give a shift of yoga for femininity. To know that yoga can shift. And yoga and Zen can become lovers. So this is another love affair of male and female energy. Yog Mira's connection with male and female energy. Allowing yoga and Zen to play, to be an integrating tool for enlightenment. I feel blessed with success, love, fame, and a purpose. It's a gift of the source through me, and I offer it to all of you that you can see me. Now it's only going to be the practice to come. And hopefully this webcam versus other cameras that I have will be a little bit more aligned so that you can hear me clearly and you can get these blessings. Namaste. I appreciate walking on the path with my Zen master, having the teachings of his heart connect to my heart, and the usage of my past and my practices to make more new moments joyful, healthy, and awakening. Namaste. Sat Sri Akal. Peace be with you. Salam. And let's have fun. So, that will be the next chapter. This will be chapter 1, Music from the Pines, reflecting a little bit of the beauty of Osho's gift of As the Flower Showered, recentering with Zen, and Yog Mira. Yog Mira with Zen. The perfect combination for integration. Namaste.